What is up, folks, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the meat and potatoes for today's video, I feel like we need to address the elephant in the room. What on earth is this? What is this? Where did you all come from? I didn't even think there was this many people on YouTube, and you all just kind of piled all in at once, practically trampling each other over. So, since there's so many new wonderful faces on the channel now, I guess I will give you guys a little once-over of what we do here. I love building. I love building houses, I love building barns, boats, farms, random other things. You get the gist. And it's not always Minecraft, too. This channel has a huge focus on not only building, but teaching you guys how to be better builders and giving you guys the opportunity to unlock a little bit of extra creativity in your life. We also sometimes tell stories, and I tend to yap on about a lot of random stuff. So if that's something you are into, then it looks like the algorithm landed you in the right spot. But if you think you got off on the wrong stop, the exit is actually right over there. You take 4 lefts, go down the really long hallway, and it'll be right past the cafe. Someone will offer you a free sample. Do not take it. Trust me. And the exit will be right there on the left. Don't go to the right, though. That takes you to the bad side of YouTube. Oh, hey, you're still here. Well, since you stuck around, I guess we might as well do a little building today. And don't worry, I came up with the perfect, unique thing to build to keep you guys on the edge of your seats. We are going to build a house. All right. Let's get the ball rolling on this bad boy. So obviously, as any good build should start off, you should have a good foundation. You gotta start off with a good foundation. You know what I love most about building in Minecraft? You don't need permits for anything. You could build the most crazy foundation that you'd ever dream of, and nobody's gonna show up to your door and say, hey, tear it down, you didn't meet the city code. For this case scenario, we're gonna be working with a 7x7 space. Yep, that bad boy's gonna be square. I'm keeping it pretty easy for you today. We're gonna start on our corners here, shabang, shabang, and then on top of that, a barrel, and then another log. Do that 4 high, and do that in each corner. Barrels are honestly one of my favorite additions to the game, not because they're a form of storage, but because they just have a cool design on the side. All right, once you've done that, you're going to come down here to where your foundation will be, and we're canceling cobblestone this year. I'm done with that. This game's been around for 14-ish, what, 15, no, hold on, what is it, 16-ish years? And we've been using cobblestone, stone brick forever, but hey, look at this bad boy here. These are mud bricks, and these things are fantastic. We're going to swing in with some of these. They do make kind of a goofy sound when you place them, I will say. That's not my favorite, but hey, we'll roll with it. And because I'm a builder and you can't have too much of one block together or it's going to look really drab, we're going to split this up with some of the packed mud here. So come in here, replace a couple of these with some packed mud. It'll look a little bit better, I promise. For the front of our house here, we're going to be doing a little bit of a mix of the stripped birch log and the oak stairs. I swear, stripped birch log is like a super slept-on block. Look at this. Look how smooth this looks. It's also super bright, and I think it actually complements the oak texture better than oak wood it does itself. Oak wood is boring. Birch is definitely in. I know I definitely have some classic builders that probably follow the channel. And back in the day, you know how I would build stuff? You didn't even use full blocks. If you had the ability to do just stairs and upside down stairs for quite literally everything, you would do it. And you'd have this big mess of stairs and it would just look super busy. Because back in the day, depth equals good building. We needed depth. I'm glad we've kind of learned from that mistake now. Now we know how to use different colors of blocks and create gradients. It just looks a little bit better. Let's not sleep on the shelf block, by the way. We're going to come down to the base here, and we're going to pop 2 of these at the bottom, and we're going to stack some trapdoors on top. These things down here, one of the best things ever added to the game. I'm never going to use it functionally. It's only ever going to be aesthetic. I'm sorry, Mojang, but that's what it's meant for. It's going to be used just for this. And then we're going to do 2 buttons here. Shabang, shabang. I want you to take this. I want you to do Control-C, Control-V, and put these on all the corners. Buttons are definitely a slept-on aesthetic block. I mean, I don't use these for anything functionally. I don't think I've done redstone in like 5 years, but hey, they look like cool little wood details here. Next, we're swooping in with the signs right below the windows here. On the side, you can run this all the way across the bottom. Then take your original trapdoors here and go in between those windows. Might as well just rename these to shutters because they don't get used as trapdoors at all. Gates on the sides here. Come across with the stripped logs and then form the triangle here. Pop out a little space for a window here on the second floor. And swinging back in with the mud bricks here, we're going to do 2 on each side here, stair in the middle, and then we're going to use those mud brick walls, put those side by side here, and then now we could take the spruce fence, go 2 up. Got to do a little overhang over our front door, so we're going to do a trap door on each side, then a slab right there in the middle. Don't forget your door. That's important. And we're just going to do these oak slabs for the floor because, you know, building roofs in Minecraft is such a diabolical thing because there's so many ways you can do it. You could either just fill in this gap here and just call it a day, or you can build one of those big organic overhanging roofs that normally make the house look too top heavy. But hey, it's cool looking, so, you know, it gets a slide. We're going to come back in with the spruce, though, for this case. We're going to do 2 facing out like this. And then coming in the between here, we're going to have this face inward because we're going to do a little overhang over these windows. You guys have probably seen this step before. We're going to do an upside down stair here in the middle. Cap that off with a slab. Ba-bing. At the tippity top of this roof here, we're going to bridge these across with your stripped spruce because we're going to do some slabs going across the top and then fill in those gaps with your trap doors again. Hey Mojang, I'm just saying, we would use less trap doors for building if you just added vertical slabs. Time to fill this roof gap in. If you're feeling extra spicy today, you can come into the roof. You can replace a couple of these stairs with just either slabs or full-size blocks just to kind of break up the stair look. Next, we're going to build this cool little fireplace here. We're going to do some cracked stone brick, full-size stone brick, upside-down stairs here. Bring these across with a mix of stone and stone brick. And then hanging over what will be our fire here is going to be a furnace. And then below, we're going to have a little campfire, just like so. Coming to the backside, we're going to just come up with these here. And then you're going to break this little part of the roof. And then what I normally like to do is I like to come in here and I break up all the stone brick with just a couple different types of blocks. Make it look like some materials are missing. Cobblestone at the base. Going with a little bit of stone. A little bit of the cracked stone too. And at the top here, I know you've seen this one before. We're going to plop a campfire down. We're going to do some trap doors behind it. And now you have a snazzy little chimney. Don't let the rain in. Make sure you put your glass in there. Seems pretty cozy in here, right? Well, it's not cozy just yet. We need to do our second floor. Come across with these slabs here. Leave this side open over here because what we're going to do is we're going to have a stair here, stair there, coming all the way up. We're actually, instead of doing the upside down stairs under the stairs, we're going to do barrels instead because I think that just makes more sense for storage. Throw a crafting table next to that. Give ourselves a little light in the attic. We're going to throw a couple lanterns up here. We're going to do some spruce trapdoors along that staircase just so you have a little railing there. Place your bed. Put a couple carpets on the ground around said bed, and then I'm going to do some barrels next to that as well. Another lantern in the corner wouldn't hurt. And a little trick for your living quarters, if you're using a carpet, you can actually break them there. You can put a lantern down there, put a carpet over that, and now you have a little bit of light in the room that you kind of have hidden underneath the floor. Don't forget about your shrubbery. Doesn't hurt to do a little light on the outside. We're going to do a wall here, fence post up, another wall. We're going to do a little lantern right there at the top. What I sometimes like to do is come to the side of the house here, do a couple slabs coming down like this. Fill in with your roof material here. Give it a little bit of support. Ba-bing. And now with a little overhang, you have some storage for either some firewood, or you could put a little hay down here, or even a couple barrels. And here's another little trick for you. We're going to remove 3 of these blocks here. We're going to do 2 trap doors facing outward. Do 3 on the outside like this. Fill in the bottom there with a little bit of mud block. And then if you take some water and you have 3 water here, you actually now have a very compact infinite water source just tucked in right there. And once you've done that, you've actually finished the house. Well, would you look at that? I told you it wouldn't be so bad. You have yourself a perfect little Minecraft house. Not only does it look great, but it's easy to build and all the resources you need, you can gather pretty fast. Or you can just build it in creative mode and not gather anything. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if there's anything else you want to see, I am always open to suggestions. With that said, be sure to do all those wonderful things, and I will see you guys in the next one.